That's right. Every day, a new twist to the story, and it just might involve a poop emoji.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny you say that because I pulled up the string of tweets between Musk and Agrawal, the CEO, and it's Musk putting a poop emoji at him. I mean, what are we supposed to make of where this is going? It's seemingly devolving by the minute.
Look, Elon Musk signed a binding agreement to buy Twitter. This thing should be in its sort of final review, but instead it seems like he either wants to renegotiate the deal or back out of it. At a conference today in Miami, he said that it would not be out of the question to, I don't know, try to somehow get a deal at a lower price. And of course, he's also complaining about bots and spam, which led to this exchange with Agrawal. So lots going on here.
So I'm wondering if you think any of his questions, dare I say complaints about the lack of information that he feels like he's getting from Twitter is valid. That the way that they've reported these numbers of fake accounts, bots, spam, et cetera, has been underreported. And it does have a legitimate impact on the company's business and the way advertisers would view Twitter, as he says himself, Musk does. So how do advertisers know what they're getting for their money? This is fundamental to the financial health of Twitter. That's what he tweeted back at Parag.
Right. I have to say, this is an extremely flimsy pretext. Remember that when Elon Musk bought Twitter, the thing that he said in his announcement was he was buying it to get rid of the bots. So to turn around 3 weeks later and say, I don't know about buying this company, sure seems like it has a lot of bots, just doesn't pass the smell test. Also keep in mind that for the last 8 years, Twitter has filed with the SEC estimates of how many bots are on the platform. They say it's less than 5% of the user base. So these are legal filings that they've made with a federal agency. And it just sort of, strains credulity to assume that Elon is onto some, massive bot scandal unfolding at Twitter. And even if that were the case, he still signed a binding agreement to buy the company.
Well, the bottom line, I guess, is that there was no real due diligence done. So it's not like he can turn around, in my estimation, a securities lawyer or an M&A lawyer. I am not. But having not done due diligence, it's awfully hard to make the claim that they misrepresented, being Twitter, the number of fake accounts they may have before you agreed to engage in this sort of deal in the first place.
That's right. Analysts are saying that even if Musk were right, even if 40% of the accounts on Twitter were bots, it would not invalidate the deal for all the reasons that we've already discussed. It would not be seen as a material event under the terms of the contract. So the whole thing seems to be a sideshow to distract us from the fact that Elon has buyer's remorse. So
now what? What's your guess on where this goes now?
Because,
this really does seem like it's going to take these turns every day, if not every few hours.
I think Elon is going to continue to violate securities laws. There will be no consequences toward him whatsoever. And Twitter's weak board and CEO will just kind of throw their hands up and hope for someone to rescue them. But, despite everything he's done so far, incredibly, Elon still seems to have all the power here.
That's a rather cynical view of things, don't you think, Casey? Bottom line, is the deal going to happen or not at a lower price?
I think based on my understanding, as crazy as it seems, I do think Elon can somehow negotiate for a lower price because the Twitter board is so weak. They already rolled over for him once. What's to say they wouldn't roll over again if push came to shove? And I do think that it looks like it's headed that way.
It's not like they rolled over for him. There was only one bull in or horse in a rodeo. It was They rode the guy that they've had. There was no white knight emerging, and best my knowledge, no one's reported that there is one waiting in the offing to come in. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll speak to you again. Casey Newton, I appreciate it.